Hey everyone, today we are doing a theory crafting video, something I don't know exactly if I've done before, but I'm in the process of making this build and I have to get it kind of underway and get it leveled up before I can actually do a full build video for it. And that involves, playing the character through all the difficulties to get them at least to 75 in this build's case. So, we're almost to the halfway point. It'd be like 37 or something like that, but we're at 31, so close enough. And I'm probably gonna run down the Derpodon eggs and Derpodon Queen while I talk about this build and the concept behind it. But I just want to show the 3 items I'm going to be using. Bane of the Winter King is a 2-handed sword. It's trickster based, cold damage. It has +1 to both Nightblade and Shaman skills, health, conversion, attack speed. All in all, it's a pretty not bad great sword for a 2-hander. It also has pet bonuses on it, and it's 52 all damage, health, and an elemental resistance for your pets. But it also has Heart of the Winter King, which is a toggled ability which gives you more flat cold damage, a chance to deal 100% more cold damage, more armor, cold res, and some freeze duration reduction. It also gives cold damage to your pets, a chance for them to deal 100% cold damage, armor, cold res, reduce freeze direct. I can't say the word duration in the sentence. Okay, let's try that again. 33% reduced freeze duration as well. So it basically gives both you and your pets this boost of cold damage and defensive features. So this is a weird ass weapon, in all honesty. When I first saw it back when it was previewed, I was like, I don't know what the build would be for this, because you think trickster and you think like dual wielding savagery, or like building more around the lightning side for primal strike or something like that, and not around like a hybrid cold pet build. But that's what this build is going to be, and this is item 1 for it. Item 2 is the Crown of the Winter King, and once I saw this, it kind of made a bit more sense. The cold damage, the health, Veil of Shadow and Primal Bond, bonus to pets, and then the Winter's King Might ability, which is what this build is eventually going to use as its primary attack. It's sort of like Glacial Cascade. It's like 3 lines of cold damage, and it can be pretty powerful built around, and we're going to build around it. So between these 2 items, we have some hybrid pet build things ready to go for giving our pets cold damage, giving ourselves cold damage, and having a pretty nice attack. There's also the Herald of the Mountain, which is cold damage, attack speed, and trickster, +1 to trickster essentially, bonuses to pets, and then the Summon Chillmane ability. And the Chillmane is another pet you could have in this setup. And these are kind of a 3-item pseudo set that has some potential for a build, and that's what we're going to be working on as we go forward with this character. So I'm not going to point out gearing right now; it's all temporary gear. But the Theorycrafted layout for his skills is to max out Shaman, which is what he's going to be working on with his current levels. And then max out the first Briarthorn ability and pick up the other 2, the 2 abilities for it. I'm not going to be using Primal Strike in the end because I'm going to be using that. What's it called again? The Winter King's Might instead. Primal Strike is just my leveling skill right now. I'm going to see about maxing out Wendigo Totem, because it's a nice little heal to have. We are definitely going to max out Primal Bond. It's going to be a good little damage bonus, constitution bonus, bonus to our pets' damage and health. And then also it's going to be like a kind of pseudo Myvan Sphere protection because of the damage absorption on it. I'm going to take 1 point and conjure Primal Spirit. Usually 1 point's all you need for this guy to get working. 1 point impact of Among Dragon's Pact, and then 1 point on Oakskin. Probably going to max out Heart of the Wild to get the most HP out of it. And I think that's it on the Shaman side. On the Nightblade side, we're going to go all the way to 32. I'm going to keep Pneumatic Burst at its cap after plus skills. Probably shoot for 14 to 16 on Shadow Dance out of 12. Elemental Awakening, I am actually going to make this a cap skill, just like Pneumatic Burst. 1 point on Shadow Strike. Veil of Shadow and Night's Chill, I'm going to try to get to 10 out of 10 on both. Maybe Phantasmal Armor is going to go to 12. I might just 1 point it, though. 1 point on Blade Barrier. 1 point on Anatomy of Murder. 1 point on Ring of Steel. And then pick up Ring of Frost. And finally, Merciless Repertoire would get as many points as I could spare, though I might just 1-pointer it as well for that cold damage. So in the 2 trees, it's mostly my backup skills for Winter King's Might. Devotion, I've already got my first part, which is pick up Amatok Spirit of the Winter, pick up Blizzard, and stick it on Wendigo Totem. I am going to fill out the Kraken. And this is the 2-hander ranged or melee thing. And it's a pretty easy thing to fill out, and it's got some nice damage bonuses and just nice other benefits aside from that. But it's mostly a DPS constellation. And this will also unlock Chaos. And after I pick up the Kraken, I'm gonna come over and pick up the Vulture. Because the Vulture, it's kind of hard to see. The Vulture, it's Cunning, Bleed Res, Leech Life Res, more Leech Life just in general, and then percent Cunning. And I'm going to pick this up because this, plus another point, like say from here, will unlock the Revenant. And then I'm just going to fill out the Revenant in its totality. Because the attack we're using does deal weapon damage, we can leech life with it. And I'm going to attach the Revenant's ability to Winter King's Might, so as it kills things, it'll get me skeletons and thus more pets. But then once I pick that up, I can respec that point out of Chaos and start working on other things. I'm actually going to pick up the Hawk. I don't have it right now because I wanted to get the Blizzard. I'm going to pick up the Hawk though and drop that point there, and then I'm actually going to go over to Order because I'm going to have, I think it's 6, 7, 8, 9 already unlocked for Primordial. And I want to get Tree of Life on top of everything. And that should, with my Life Leech, keep me alive while I can gear whatever I want. So I would pick up, also we get pet bonuses here. I'd pick up the Lion, which is 3. The Panther, which is 2 Order and 3 Primordial. So it would be at 5 and 12. I'd pick up Solemn Watcher, which would be 7 and 13. And Solemn Watcher is a nice little defense set. And then I'd pick up Sailor's Guide, because it's 4 points for 5 Primordial. That should be 7 and 18, and that, I need 20. Where's my last 2? I forget. Yeah, I'm taking the point out of that at some point as well. I think I could actually grab it up now, right? No, I can't. Once that's done, I can get the point out of here. So that's 3. I had to actually sit here. Oh wait, I didn't count these, did I? So that's 8. So it's 5, 8. Yeah, and then it should be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15, and then 20. So yeah, I'm actually going to have to put that point there in the end. So it should be 5, 10 on the Primordial side, 13, 16, 17, 20. So and then the Panther and Lion are my 7 order. And I'll pick up the Tree of Life, which is health for me, my pets, health regen for me, my pets, defensive ability for me, health regen for me and my pets, health for me and my pets, and then this ability, Healing Rain, should keep me and my pets fairly alive. And then I can take and put whatever other gear I want to pick up for the character, just wherever I need it. But the thing is, I don't know exactly what gearing I'm going to be doing for this character. I have a Tinker's Ingenuity floating around and a Bladebreaker Sash. I don't know which belt I'm going to use, and I may have to go and get some... what do you call it? I may have to actually go and get some other like some other defensive gear, Mark of Divinity maybe, even though I'm not really using those damages, just for its ability. No, probably not the Mark of Divinity. Maybe the Avatar of Mercy for my amulet. Or no, I have my amulet. Yeah, see, it's like I gotta think of what I want to do for my gearing that is not that stuff I have already. So right now it's pretty basically a Primal Strike build. It's not anything to write home about. We're pretty much just Primal Striking everything, making sure Wendigo Totem is down. I just got Wendigo Totem, so I have to like remind myself to actually work it into my attack rotation. But I think between Wendigo Totem, Healing Rain, and the Revenant, we will have a lot of lifesteal going on. So we'll be able to handle pretty much anything. I shouldn't just refer to it all as lifesteal, because it's not all lifesteal. Wendigo Totem and Healing Rain are heals. But I mean, it's sustained, so... I mean, it's working pretty well, though. Just as what it is. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like, oh, this is gonna be the end all be all build for grinding normal. It's gonna be more of like a... It's gonna be sort of a janky Primal Striking character. Until we can actually get our main items online. That's 75. That's a ways off. I'll probably snapshot it maybe one more time before that, but I've never seen that message before. You cannot teleport to this rift gate from the same rift gate. So I'm gonna pick up the 35 all damage one for now. I believe the ability scales with attack speed. Winter King's Might. It's it uses the attack animation for two-handers, so I think it does scale with attack speed. Haven't seen any blizzards off the totem yet. I put that on there, right? Yeah. I'm not really critting a lot yet, though. My character, we're still at that point in the build when, like, offensive ability is still low relative to everything else. So even if I had Blizzard on Primal Strike, you would not be seeing it proc a lot. So yeah, like I showed in the playthrough, I do like just to run through. I don't even go back to turn that quest in, because it's like I know what's coming, so I might as well just run off and kill the ethereals here, go into the nest, or go into the den, the royal hive, and slap a... Slap what's her face around? Ravna. Hello? Early game leveling gear I like to do on pretty much every character is the Hermit's Leg Guards. The Zealot's Gauntlets are really great as well. Hermit's Leg Guards, just because they get you more experience, and they're not actually bad pants. And then the Zealot's Gauntlets, the attack speed and casting speed, along with offensive abilities, are a really nice bonus. I also recommend, if you're leveling, to get an experience ribbon out of just anywhere. Even if you have to buy one, it's really helpful. And for leveling, I do recommend getting your masteries where you want them as quickly as you can. There's a blizzard, yeah. I was also looking for that just to make sure that Wendigo Totem could proc blizzard. The answer is yes. You also may note that my energy is getting sucked up pretty quickly. The character is going to have okay energy, actually, when he's done. Because the projection I have on my attributes is going to be 2, 1, and 1. So he'll actually have spirit floating around. So yeah, I don't need to pick up Ground Slam quite yet, I think. So I have 16, 8, and 7, so it's going to be 2 to 1 to 1. At least until maybe about level 50, I might change it after that. Oh yeah, also, like, we're gonna be constantly healed and have a lot of health regen off of Knight's, or, Pneumatic Burst. So yeah, it's a pretty good build for, so far, at least theoretically, it's a pretty good build for getting, like, a lot of self-healing going on. And I'm not really worried about my elixirs of spirit right now. This guy's kind of over the hump for getting his build done. There's like this hump in about level, I'd say 20, like, no, I'd say level like 15 to 20, 25-ish, where your character has like trouble with the game. Hey, we got both of the Grand Viziers right in a row. So we have one place we got to go in here. Now, the whole thing about the elemental balance ability with Pneumatic Burst is you never really see anyone pick it up. That's part of the reason I kind of want to use it, is because I have the free points from not having to point out an attack ability on the character. So I'll be able to have him with like 16 to, what, 24 almost extra points he can use. And I'm thinking, well, we might as well put that in an elemental damage buff, and that elemental damage buff is elemental balance, because we're going to keep Pneumatic Burst up all the time, so we'll actually also have a lot of elemental resistance up all the time as well, and that'll make gearing, especially augments, a lot more simple. So no chest in here. It's been pointed out to me yet again that I have skipped a Exalted Chest on camera. So far, the only thing weird on the build is I have to get used to having Shadow Strike on the left click. I normally put it on the right click and use it like, and not think about it as the main attack at all, but I'm not thinking of it as a main attack at all this time. But it's on my left click, and it's kind of weird in that it's on my left click to me. So yeah, we got some Got some good stuff going on with the build right now. We'll do the shrine first. Owie. Yeah, don't want to stand in that, honestly. Though my Briarthorn seems to be okay. Even just at like 16. I think he's at 17 now, though. What is he at again? 17. Yeah, I have him capped out. He's still pretty solid. So these are the same. I'll just Shadow Strike him right back. And my Briarthorn go get me some freebie experience. So he's actually pretty good right now. So we got that, and what were the gloves? Quick draw gloves. I don't think are worth it for my character right now. Marauder's gloves. I don't really think are worth it for this character either. I do want to build because exciting news came out on Monday, which would be yesterday for me, probably 2 days ago if I get this out on the schedule for you guys. Electra's Flash Freeze is going to be devotable now, and it's like, that's awesome. That might make it like one of the best abilities in the game, in all honesty. Because unless they have a weird coefficient on how it procs devotions, and that means like a fire cold character, because I thought of the Marauder set for this. I've kind of been wanting to try and make a fire cold character because there's a lot of gear to support it, specifically the Marauder set. And I mean, there's a whole class. There are 2 whole classes you could do that with. You could do it with a Sabo, or you could do it with an Arcanist. And I was kind of maybe thinking of building an Arcanist, or Sorcerer. Sorry, that is cold fire based. Because Electra's Flash Freeze, I don't know if I'd say it's like the worst best skill in the game or the best worst skill in the game, because it's like it can clear whole rooms of trash mobs, but you can't hit bosses with it, which is kind of annoying. Unless you're playing like Cornucopia, which I am planning a video for Cornucopia. So it's like, yeah, it's an amazing ability that can't hit an entire, like, group of enemies, aka heroes and bosses. Or if it does hit them, it is so not even worth the hit, even with a high amount of fire resistance reduction. But it's like, gosh dang, can it ever clear out a room of trash mobs? Grenadier shoulder guards might go on the character just because I don't have good shoulders, really. This is mostly just going to be me making sure I don't die to poison. Not too difficult at all. Does my Briarthorn have the aggro from her right now? Must have it. And that's that. Okay. So yeah, it's a work in progress. It's obviously a build in progress, and it's obviously a theory crafted thing, not anything really finished. So I will be posting videos for this thing as we progress through the build. And once we get the build to relative completion, I'll do a full-on, in-depth build video for it, like I usually do with my builds for Grim Dawn. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.